Whitaker.
I think everyone is recognizing that here's a man that can really galvanize people together. He's a man that can bring people together from all different walks of life. People from different parties, people of even different ideologies who are concerned really about moving us forward as a people, about us as human beings, about what we need, about working with the planet, working to stop this war. Here's some more. It's going to allow you to take your place in the history books, because this is about the people. This is about the people coming together, about the people caring about what's going to happen to them in their future, about the people caring about what's going to happen to the children, what's going to happen in the rest of the world. For myself, I've been traveling in so many different places all over the world. Last year, I was in maybe 7 different countries. Every time I've been there, I've entered into conversations with different people. Cab drivers, politicians, artists, workers of all types. And unfortunately, I've had this consensus from all these different countries, from Africa to Cuba, to London, to Spain, to Iceland, about their contempt, really, for the way we're conducting ourselves on an international plane. And I've had these conversations, and they've been difficult for me, because there's been times where I've tried to argue that the first election, when Bush was elected in office, they say we elected, excuse me. I apologize. But when he was elected, and I tried to point to Florida and talk about that atrocity of a political coup that happened there, with Gore, and then they talk about what happened after, when we get into the red and the blue states, the fact that he was voted in again. When one thing that Barack is saying is we're not talking about red and blue states anymore. We're talking about people. We're not talking about standing behind some sign that says I should be this way. We're talking about what do you think, what do you feel, what do you want to change, and that's what I know. Because here I am, in about a few weeks I have to go back overseas. I'm gonna go to this time just 4 countries. And I'm gonna have to enter into these conversations. But because of my travels, I've met a lot of people that I would be surprised. I'm surprised are following this election so closely. I was talking to my friend Bartos, and he's in Poland, and he was like, "Oh, well, if I were there, I would vote for Barack." And I was like, I was really surprised. They are watching it so closely, my friends in London, all over the place, because
They want change.
They want change.
And hope.
Because we can change our healthcare, we can change our education. It's because it's up to us. If we commit ourselves for this period of time, we're going to change history, change our futures. So that's why I'm so happy. When I walked in, I was like, I'm so happy to see all these people, because I know something's going to happen. You know that there's a line from 2001, A Space Odyssey. I used to always listen to it. I'd say it to myself. They said it was about the birth of a new universe. And they said, they said something's going to happen. And everybody's looking, something wonderful. It's a beautiful line. Anyway, I'm so happy to be here with you, and thank you.
Yes, we can! Yes, we can! Yes, we can!
Looking great in California.
It does make it more special. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I know.
I know that you have a fan club.
No, it's a
That was she was just amazing. And anybody who's on the fence about and it's exactly.
I'm glad that people like my work and stuff like that. But I would be doing this if I were doing anything else as well. I would be trying to figure out the way I could be involved to make a change. I think the country needs to change right now. It's hard to measure what it all means, I think.
while who jumped out of his window while there was MPs in his living room waiting to either take him to jail or take him to Iraq. Can you imagine the fear that he felt in his bedroom while he was packing to go to Iraq, staring out his window, afraid, wondering if there was somebody on the other side, if there was an America that would embrace him for doing what was right. We've got to be there. We've got to be on the other side of that window to embrace these veterans when they make that conscious choice. We've got to support war resistors in America. They're denying soldiers conscious objector status because they have fought in Iraq. How backwards is that? Somebody witnesses service goes to Iraq like he's ordered, realizes that it's wrong after he does his duty, comes home, wants to be a conscientious objector, get out of the military, and they say, no, you can't. You're not a conscientious objector. Why would you have gone to war? That's ridiculous. If we don't stand up for our war resistors in this country, then we're saying that this war is okay. There's a time the American veterans and service members are making the sacrifice to go to this war and fight it. We're also trying to make the sacrifice to end this war. We've got to ask all the American people who aren't here what they're willing to sacrifice to end this war and do what's right for our country. So when you march today, know that you're taking charge of your military. That you want it to be used responsibly, and only after all peaceful solutions have been exhausted to a conflict do we resort to military action. Let's live up to the potential that America can be, and stop degrading down to these morals and these standards of, oh, well, Saddam was worse, so why should we lower our standards to that? Why don't we live up to the potential of America, take charge of our military, take charge of our country, hold our government accountable, and end this war in Iraq?
Concludes our ceremony. Thank you very much for your support.